In the 1950s, a small African delegation quietly landed at Pakistan's airport. No cameras, no headlines, just a few determined men seeking hope. But what happened next? It changed the course of a revolution. Viewers, what if I told you one of the loudest voices for Algeria's independence came from a country thousands of miles away? Pakistan. Yes, not the UN, not a Western superpower, but a newly born nation in South Asia, standing up for a country most of the world ignored. In today's video, we are diving into the hidden history of how Pakistan helped Algeria break free from French rule. From secret support to bold diplomacy to shocking international moves you've probably never heard of. And that quiet delegation I mentioned, you'll find out exactly who they were and how that one visit created a bond that still lives on today. Let's get into it. It's the year 1954. The world is still trying to recover from the devastating impact of World War II. Countries are rebuilding, lives are being reshaped, but far away in Algeria, something powerful and dangerous is beginning to take shape. The people of Algeria are rising up, refusing to accept French colonial rule any longer. They are demanding something every human deserves: their own identity, their own nation, and above all, their freedom. This uprising marks the start of the Algerian War of Independence, a brutal and bloody conflict that will drag on for 8 long, painful years. France, at that time one of the most powerful countries in the world, for them, Algeria is not just another colony. It is seen as an inseparable part of France itself. The French government will do anything to hold on to it, no matter the cost. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, in a young and newly independent country called Pakistan, leaders are watching these events unfold. They know what it means to fight for freedom. They have just been through their own struggle for independence. And as they observe Algeria's battle, they begin to think about how they can help. And this is exactly where the story takes a surprising and fascinating turn. Now let's take a moment and look back at the year 1958. While the Algerian struggle was raging on, a remarkable development was quietly taking place. A group of Algerian leaders came together to form a provisional government, a government in exile, operating from Cairo. Among these brave men were Farhat Abbas and Ahmed Ben Bella, two towering figures in Algeria's fight for freedom. And here's where the story takes a wild and unexpected turn. Pakistan didn't just watch from the sidelines or offer empty words of support. Pakistan stepped up in a way few countries dared to. It became one of the very first nations in the world to officially recognize this provisional Algerian government. But Pakistan's support didn't stop at recognition. It went further, much further. The Pakistani government granted these Algerian leaders official diplomatic passports. Not only that, but it even offered them Pakistani citizenship. Yes, you heard that right. Pakistani diplomatic passports and citizenship to men France called rebels and criminals. This bold move by Pakistan sent a powerful message to the world and to France. Algeria's fight for independence had international allies who believed in justice and freedom. Now you may wonder, what does a freedom fighter from North Africa have to do with a passport from Pakistan? Also, giving passports might sound like a small thing, right? But these were diplomatic passports, the kind that opened doors in international diplomacy. You see, during the Algerian War, the leaders fighting for independence could not easily travel. France controlled the airports, borders, and even international recognition. Without valid passports, these leaders were basically trapped. They couldn't fly to important global meetings or speak for their cause. But Pakistan's gift of diplomatic passports changed everything. With these passports, Farhat Abbas and Ahmed Ben Bella could move freely outside Algeria and France's reach. They traveled to the United Nations in New York, the global stage where countries meet, debate, and decide international issues. At the UN, Abbas and Ben Bella didn't just ask for help quietly. No, they boldly exposed France's harsh colonial rule and the suffering of the Algerian people. Their presence shocked many countries. They were no longer just rebels or terrorists in the eyes of the world. They became legitimate representatives of an oppressed nation. This international exposure created political pressure on France. Suddenly, the French government was not just fighting a military war, they were fighting against global public opinion. This helped build worldwide support for Algerian independence, especially among countries in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Pakistan's role was crucial because it gave these leaders legitimacy. Without the diplomatic passports, Abbas and Ben Bella might never have gotten this global platform. So, this wasn't just a symbolic gesture, it was a powerful diplomatic weapon against colonialism. Imagine being France. You're fighting to keep Algeria as part of your country, and suddenly, a new country on the world stage supports your enemy openly, not secretly, not quietly, but publicly, with passports, with citizenship. It was a direct challenge to French authority. The French government was furious. Relations between Pakistan and France soured immediately. France saw this as betrayal. France didn't forget. This episode caused decades of distrust between Pakistan and France. While Pakistan was praised by many countries for supporting anti-colonial movements, France viewed Pakistan with suspicion. In later years, France chose to strengthen ties with India instead of Pakistan. India, which did not openly interfere in Algeria's war, slowly became France's favored partner in South Asia. Today, France and India share strong defense deals, including multi-billion-dollar aircraft sales like the Rafale jets. So, that's how Pakistan quietly played a powerful role in Algeria's fight for independence. Now you tell me, what secret stories from history do you think the world still doesn't know? Comment down below with your thoughts. If you enjoyed this, stay tuned for my next video where we uncover another hidden story from global relations. Till then, goodbye.